friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Brill and I are here today to talk to you about a couple graphic novels that we've recently read, and we absolutely loved them, and we hope that you will get excited about them too. So another thing that we're really excited about is it's the beginning of March. Can you believe it? That means that spring is right around the corner. Well, hopefully. I guess you never really know with Michigan. We could always get a random freak snowstorm, but I'm hoping for the best. So everything is just fresh and new and exciting. We're all hoping for some nice, beautiful weather. And with that excitement comes the excitement for reading, or at least for me. I love reading outside. So once the weather starts getting a little bit warmer, I get even more excited because it's so fun to read outside at the park or in your backyard or in your balcony, wherever you want to go and do it. It's a wonderful thing to do to read outside. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I said, 2 graphic novels that are absolutely fantastic. I really love them. I think you will really love them too. And I guess what makes me think of spring when I am thinking of these 2 graphic novels is that the covers of them are very spring colored, right? So I'm going to show them both to you at the same time so you see what I mean. They are very bright and sunny and just beautiful graphic novels that kind of remind me of spring, even though they don't really technically have anything to do with spring. So, the very first one is called Turtle in Paradise, and this is by Jennifer L. Holm. Now, something I'd like to note about this graphic novel is it's actually based off of a book. So this is a graphic novel that's based on a story that takes place in a book. So one thing that's really fun to do when that happens is to maybe read the graphic novel and then read the book and see which one you liked better. See what differences there are. See what, things that are similar between the 2 of them. I love doing that, and this is a great book to do that for. But I'm talking about the graphic novel today in particular. So this is about a young girl named Turtle. Yes, that's her name. And she, even though she's young, she's 11, she's seen a lot of things in the world. Enough to know that sometimes things don't always work out the way that you plan them to. So when her mother gets a job housekeeping for this rich lady who really doesn't like kids at all, Turtle is sent to Florida to live with her aunt and some of her cousins. So she's kind of taken aback, but not really, because like I said, she's used to just expecting anything, right? You never know what you're going to expect in life. And that's what how she thinks. Unfortunately, she tends to be a little bit pessimistic. So there's lots of times where she always expects the worst thing to happen. And sometimes it can be a little sad to feel that way, right? Sometimes if you've had a couple bad days in a row or you just have been feeling really down, for a long period of time, you just kind of get that way, right? You feel like, I don't know, man, something's going to happen tomorrow, but it's probably going to be bad again. And that's kind of how Turtle is in the beginning of this graphic novel. So she's going down to live with her cousins and her aunt, and there's all these different family secrets to unravel. She joins this, with her cousins, this like ragtag group of boys as they babysit the neighborhood kids and get into all kinds of mischief. She has to learn like a whole new way of doing things pretty much while still holding on to herself. And like I said, there's adventures, there is a mystery to unravel. I really liked the artwork in this. I thought it was really bright and colorful and also just really engaging. It was a fantastic story, fun to follow along with. And I really loved Turtle getting to know her cousins and her family more, making new friends, and coming out of her shell, so to speak, right? And really learning that sometimes things happen and they're not always going to be bad. Sometimes good things happen. Sometimes change is good. And these are all lessons that Turtle has to learn in Turtle in Paradise. Like I said, it's a fantastic story. If you like the graphic novel, maybe check out the book too and see how that differs or is similar. The graphic novel is awesome. So the next one I want to talk to you about is Tidesong by Wendy Xu. Now, there are 2 main reasons why I wanted to read this graphic novel. The first one is probably very obvious if you see what is here on this cover and you notice some dragon friends that I have. Obviously, the first main reason I wanted to read this is because it has dragons in it. Dragons! So exciting. The other reason I wanted to read it is because I really love this author. So she wrote another graphic novel called Mooncakes that I just love to read in the autumn. It's a really evocative, fall, beautiful read. So I was excited to learn that she had another one too, and I love this one as well. So this is about a young girl named Sophie whose family is generationally linked to magic. So starting from her ancestors down, she has been part of this family of magic users. So her mom and her grandmom are pressuring her to go to this really top-notch magic academy. And they're pressuring her really hard. She's got a lot of stress. So they send her to a great aunt and a cousin who lives down by the sea to kind of learn how to express her magic a little bit more so she can get ready to apply for this magic academy. So she goes down to the shore. She's not really getting along very well with this great aunt. The great aunt is really rough on her and, makes her do a lot of chores, which I'm not against doing chores, but there's a lot of chores that this girl has to do, and it's very exhausting. I was tired after just reading about all these chores, and I was sitting down reading it. But still, a lot of chores. She doesn't feel like she can do anything right. She has a lot of really bad, negative self-esteem. And one night, as she is trying to perform this magical spell in secret that she's not allowed to do, she falls into the sea and gets rescued by this young dragon. But as she's rescued by this dragon, he is shapeshifted into a human and now can't change back. So his magic is now tied to Sophie's, and they're linked in this way, and they're trying to get him back to normal. This book is phenomenal. First off, I just want to say that I think the artwork in it is so beautiful. And let me find a really good picture of perhaps some of the dragon stuff and some of the magic stuff, because it's just really beautiful. The colors are really nice. The illustrations are just beautiful. It is a really great story of really family and believing in yourself. And one thing I do really like about this graphic novel that sometimes doesn't come up in younger people's literature is that when sometimes adults can be really hard on kids, right? Whether it's a parent or a grandparent or a teacher or a friend of the family, sometimes there's a lot of expectations that get put on kids that is really hard for them to deal with. And that is talked about a little bit in this book, and I really like that. I really liked the accountability that the adults are held to in this story. So when adults make a mistake in this story, they need to apologize for it. And sometimes I feel like in stories that's not always the case, or even in real life, right? So I really love that aspect of it as well. But overall, it's just a really fun, beautiful story. It's got magic, it's got dragons, it's got the ocean, it's got just so many things that make it amazing. Highly recommend it. And again, look at those beautiful spring colors on the cover. Well, those are what we have for you guys today. I hope that they sound really fun and exciting. If so, and you're interested in them, please feel free to come and get them from Farmington Community Library. They are available. You can get them from either branch. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and have a wonderful rest of your day.